when using the Sidecar Resource, this was, if, by the way, if, as an aside, if I'm going to nominate worst names in Istio APIs, and I feel at least marginally qualified to do that because I helped design a decent swath of them. Sidecar was a bad name that we picked, I'm sorry. So the Sidecar Resource, I will always try and talk about that as the Sidecar API resource, right? In contrast to Sidecar Envoys, which are deployment. So the Sidecar API resource, customized listeners, not delivered to Envoy. Any troubleshooting ideas? Probably. There's a couple different things there to look at. One, make sure that you're looking at the bootstrap configuration. For one, I believe that some of the changes you can do there would manifest in the bootstrap listeners. Otherwise, it could be that you have some error somewhere in there. So I would check Istio control analyze as well to see. Generally speaking, we have not. Oh, and then make sure if you're setting addresses on the sidecar, it is literally only 127.0.0.1 is the only IP address that is supported. So if you are setting addresses, you can only use exactly that IP address plus any port that you want, or you can use a Unix domain socket and only those two things. And not anything else there for the addresses. So those are maybe that's the most common error that we would see that isn't necessarily caught, but won't manifest. Otherwise, look at your bootstrap config, do proxy control, Istio control proxy config listeners to check out the listeners that are loaded there. By the way, the listeners these days are annotated with the Istio configuration that they came from, so you can use that to help debug.